research examines what happens to the human heart when in space.
And in 2 months, Scott Kelly will begin a year-long stay in space. So good luck, Captain. We're proud of you.
An American astronaut, Mark Kelly, spent 340 days in space, and changes to his body help researchers understand the effect of living in low gravity. Over the course of his mission, Kelly lost heart mass despite a rigorous exercise regimen. Earth's gravity was undoubtedly a factor in the way human muscles evolved. The heart, for instance, has to be strong enough to pump blood upward from the feet where it would otherwise collect. In low gravity, however, such muscles do not have to work so hard. Since muscles must be exercised to remain healthy, and as preparations for extended missions are underway, scientists are concerned about the effect living in space can have on the human body. Kelly's heart shrank by an average of 0.74 grams per week during the 360 days he spent in space, although the muscle continued to perform well. Of Kelly's heart, Dr. Levin says, "It did shrink a little bit. It did atrophy and it did get a little smaller, but the function remained good. I think this is encouraging for long-duration spaceflight. It shows that even after a year in space, the heart adapts relatively well." Dr. Levin's experience with space and cardiological health extends back to the 1980s, when he implanted the first catheter in an astronaut, which allowed NASA to monitor heart pressure while in space. Dr. Levin recently completed a study of 13 astronauts who had been aboard the International Space Station for 6 months. The effects of the time spent in space varied from person to person. Dr. Levin found that the astronauts who were the fittest at launch lost heart muscle during their missions, whereas the less fit flyers gained heart mass while in space. It all depended on how much work the astronaut's heart did in space relative to how much it regularly did on the ground, he says. In addition to his work with astronauts, Dr. Levin, who holds the distinguished professorship in exercise sciences at UT Southwestern, also studies the effects of exercise on human body here on Earth. He's particularly interested in extreme exercise. The research published in the journal Circulation compares the changes to Kelly's heart size with an unexpected, yet similar change in the heart size of an athlete who attempted to swim across the Pacific Ocean. In the next part of this video, we'll be talking about the comparison between changes in an astronaut's heart size with that of an intense swimmer.